Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have another makeup tutorial with Team Collab. It's a time of the year here in the Philippines for junior, senior prom, graduation balls. We decided to do a masquerade ball theme for prom. So this is what I came up with. I've actually never attended a masquerade ball ever in my life, but I want to. This is a lot more makeup that I'm used to putting on my face. So if you would like to see how I came up with this look, then keep on watching. As usual, I start off with a clean, fresh face, moisturized, and I also put lip balm to prepare for the lip product at the end of the video. I start with my favorite lid primer from e.l.f. Definitely need a primer to make sure that my eyeshadows won't crease. And then after that, I use this color tattoo in, I believe it's Barely Beige, all over my lid. Actually, I concentrated mostly on the inner corners of my lid for this one. And then at the outer corners, I use this NYX Jumbo Pencil in Slate. You would see that there's like a balance of light and dark on my lids, but don't worry, I know it looks a little bit crazy. I use these cream products to intensify the look on my eye, and after that I placed this L'Oreal Infallible powder in Timeless Blue Spark, mostly concentrating on the outer corners of my eye, middle to the outer corners of my eye. And for the inner part of my lids, I use this BYS Diamond Shadow Palette. I use this like silvery or like a grayish silver color here, and that's to create sort of a gradient look on my eyes. I know it looks a little bit crazy, but don't worry, we are going to blend this out. I use this like a dark brown shadow to put in the outer and the top part of my crease, just blending it out. You would see that colors would actually blend together really well with this one. To intensify the look a bit more, because I'm crazy like that, for the outer corners of my lid, I use the black eyeshadow in this palette. So just make sure you just concentrate it at the outer part. You don't want to mix it in with all the other colors. Make sure that the colors are blended. Now we have our lid filled with a lot of colors and a lot of eyeshadow, so we're gonna try to balance it out. I use this Wet n Wild Color Icon palette and I don't do camouflage. I use the darkest shade. It's the one in the middle. It's a dark blue shade with a little bit of blue sparkles. And I put it in the bottom of my eye just to try to balance it out. After I'm done with that, I curled my lashes. And then I used this Deja Vu Fiber Wig Mascara. It doesn't really matter what mascara you use, we're going to be using falsies anyway. After the mascara, we're not going to be putting the false lashes just yet. We're going to be using this Hyper Glossy liquid liner from Maybelline, and it is in blue. Yes, we're going to be using a blue eyeliner to complement everything. I love blue, it's my favorite color. When we're done with that, we're not going to be using a wing. We're just going to pretty much depend on the eyeshadow for that winged effect. When we're done with the liner, it's time for the false lashes. I didn't want to go too dramatic with my false lashes because I didn't want to take away from the actual look of the eyeshadow that I created. But you can go ahead and use whatever your favorite false lashes are. When we're done with that, we're gonna be going straight to our eyebrows. I know this looks really weird without the eyebrows because everything is so dark. I'm gonna be using my e.l.f. eyebrow kit in light. I'm so sad because I'm almost out of it, so I need to buy another one. But this has lasted me for ages and I absolutely love it. When we're done with the eyebrows, I look a little bit more normal now. I look like a human being. We are gonna go back to our Wet n Wild Color Icon palette, and I don't do camouflage. And we are now gonna take the lightest color in this palette and just use it to highlight the brows. We're done with our eye makeup. As usual, I'm gonna go and clean the rest of my face if there are any fallouts. It is a glittery blue shade that I use, so there's a couple of fallouts in the rest of my face, so it's time to clean those up. It's time for the concealer. I'm using this CoverGirl Olay Concealer. I'm actually using 2 shades. The light medium shade is used to take care of my blemishes, those pesky acne marks. I do have a couple all over my face. And then I'm gonna be using the medium shade, which is a little bit on the salmony color, to deal with my under eye, just to counteract that dark color under there. When we're done with that, it's time for foundation. This time I'm going to be using this Rimmel Lasting Finish foundation. This has a little bit more coverage, and if you can see, it's actually lighter than the color of my face, but the rest of my body is pretty light, so it matches perfectly. I just have to put a little bit more on my neck so that it would blend with the rest of my body and it will look flawless. Done with the foundation, it's time to brighten that under eye. This is from Complexion. This is the Lasting Perfection Concealer. This is the lightest shade. We're gonna be putting it on our under eye. You have the nose, Cupid's bow, and a little bit on the chin. I know it looks extremely white, but don't worry, we're gonna try to blend this out. This is just to make sure that everything is highlighted well. And when we're done with that, we're gonna be doing something that I've never done in my channel before, and I don't normally do this, but we are gonna bake. If you're not too familiar with that term, it's actually putting powder on those areas just to set it and make sure that everything will stay there for as long as it can. So just put powder under eye, nose area, Cupid's bow, and all that areas where we put in the very, very light concealer. Don't be scared, we're gonna be taking this out in a while, but just bear with me here. It's time to use the Revlon Photo Ready powder, and it's actually a bronzer, but because of the different colors, you can use it as a contour and a bronzer in one. Use this to contour your cheeks. Just go ahead and blend it and blend some more. And I'm going to put a little bit more powder underneath that contour just to highlight the lower part a bit more. I don't think I've mentioned it, but I used the Nishido Final Powder in Ivory Glow. I've been loving this recently. Now we just wait a little bit more, and then it's time to brush out all the powders that we have placed on the face. Baking is done. Take off the excess powder. You can use the rest to powder, the other parts of your face, but just take off the excess powder with a brush. And then it is time to put a little bit of blush on the face. I am using this City Color Be Matte Blush in Guava. It's just a very neutral shade. We don't want to put so much color because the focus is still the eyes. It's now time for the lips. We're gonna be using a lip liner. This is from Wet n Wild, and this is in Brandy Wine. It's like a dark brown color with a hint of red, like a darker brick red. But just smile a bit without showing your teeth. I know I look a bit silly, but this is the best way for me to try to line my lips properly. We're done with that. It's time for the actual lip color, and this is the LA Girl Matte Flat Finish Pigment Gloss in Dreamy. It's just a nude shade. Again, the focus of this look is the eyes, so everything is going to be nude, and then the rest is matte. So that's it. I just curled my hair and I put on some accessories, and we are done with this look. So there you have it, guys. This is another tutorial for you. I hope you liked it. I actually enjoyed doing this. I did a couple of new things for putting on makeup. I actually don't do baking, and I don't do a lot of matte products on my face. As you all know, I love that luminous glow, but right now I just pretty much focus on the eyes for that shine and that slightly glittery effect. If you enjoyed it, please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I actually now have a Snapchat account, but I'm still trying to get used to it, so please bear with me, but you can go ahead and add me there. It's the same name, KimGoddess. I will see you back in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye. Now it's time for And then for the inner corners, I used this BYS. It fell.